to know actress Kim Cattrall very, very well over the years and love her.
Intimately.
Yes, we know her every part. The South Sea Samantha Jones on HBO Sex and the City, for which she won a Golden Globe, and still my favorite character.
She was awesome. But you may not know Kim, also an accomplished stage actress. She's played Shakespeare's Cleopatra, in fact, twice.
In fact, that's the perfect training for her latest gig, taking us behind the scenes of Antony and Cleopatra on the PBS series Shakespeare Uncovered. It is so good to see you.
Good to see you.
This has got to be like a homecoming for you, being able to, you were classically trained, and here you are helping us understand this stuff.
Yes, I love this show, as we were talking about in the break, is that it's not just for beginners, it's for people who know a little something about Shakespeare and want to know more, because we go, as you said, behind the scenes into rehearsal spaces. And it also goes back to when Shakespeare wrote these plays and what was going on in the world then. I mean, he's writing this after Elizabeth I's death. So he's saying things about a queen in the form of Cleopatra that he couldn't say while she was alive. So it's all these little details that I think bring the plays alive.
I was saying to you in the break, I think they ought to show this program in high school English classes, because it teaches you about the plays, but also about the context of them, the history of what was going on in the world at that time.
I think it also takes away the fear of Shakespeare, and that you have to listen to it. I mean, in the hands of people like Morgan Freeman and Hugh Bonneville and David Harwood and Joseph Fiennes, to tell these great stories that Shakespeare has written and make them fun and make them familiar, because he's really writing about what it is to be human, which hasn't changed over the last 400 years very much.
Whether a little bit.
Yeah, whether you're at the Grammys or not.
I love that. You know, and this also gives you another chance to show, as Al mentioned, your range. I mean, many people, of course, millions, fell in love with your character, Samantha, but you've been at this a long time, and your depth as an actress is tremendous.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I was very clear about playing Cleopatra both times that I played her, not to just make her a sexual object. I mean, she's an amazing tactician. She's a politician, and she's pretty sexy, too.
Shakespeare could have written Sex and the City back then.
Yes. Well, he was writing for the masses. Unfortunately, he wasn't writing for women. He was writing for young boys to play women, because women weren't allowed on the stage. And I often wonder if he would have changed anything if he could have actually had women portraying those great, great roles.
I got to wonder how many times a day when you walk through the streets of New York, people scream Samantha at you. You probably don't hear Cleopatra as much as Samantha, right? Is it still constant?
It is, but I see it as the most wonderful compliment that people remember the character and love the show, and just really remember it as sort of a time that was cherished, you know, about really learning, again, what it is to be human and also what it is to be female today.
Yes.
Will there be another movie?
I don't know. As I said earlier, I never say never anymore. Things have happened in my life that I never expected, so never say never.
I remember years ago we were at a dinner together. I said, "What are you doing? What are you working on?" I said, "Oh, I'm doing this pilot for this little show. I don't know if it's going to go." And then Sex and the City.
And
Boom.
didn't you turn it down a couple of times? Is that true?
I did. She scared the life out of me, Samantha, as she would anybody.
Why? Kim, thank you so much. So good to see you. And Shakespeare Uncovered, Antony and Cleopatra with Kim Cattrall airs Friday on PBS.